Hi guys, it's Mel back again. Today I wanted to talk about releasing self-doubt and fear. So if that sounds like something that you need help with, keep watching. Okay guys, so today's topic is about self-doubt and fear. This has been a video that I've been prompted by Spirit to make, so I'm guessing that people out there are needing it, and if you're watching this, it's probably meant for you to see, so welcome to it. So self-doubt and fear, everybody struggles with this, right? We do. Different ways, different amounts, different times, but we all do. Spirit wanted me to talk to you today about how self-doubt and fear plays into the spiritual world. So if that's not what you thought you were coming here to get, you can go ahead and go find another video that's for you. If that is what you're here to listen to, keep watching. Self-doubt and fear, it manifests in different ways. It manifests at different times and sometimes unexpectedly for us. I know for people that are in the spiritual community, this might be one of the most common things that we see. It's definitely the one that I try and recommend people try to work through first, because it tends to put up lots of blocks for us when we are trying to maybe open our gifts more or be more in tune with our intuition. The self-doubt and the fear can really mess that up for us. Whatever fear that is, fear of being wrong, fear of being judged, fear of looking like an idiot in front of people, whatever that fear is kind of rooted in, you have to deal with that first. So it's important to figure out what the actual root of the fear is, and then you can go forward with trying to work through that and trying to figure out a way to lessen that fear and maybe use positive self-affirmations to work through that fear and just lessen it and have it happen less often and maybe even go away completely. One thing to know is that self-doubt and fear is completely normal, and all of us have it, and we all deal with it. And even once we've worked through the root of the problem, it still rears its ugly head. And it's all based in the ego. Our ego can speak to us in a lot of different ways. Whenever you start to have that self-doubt or fear creep in, it's important to stop and just acknowledge the fear and the doubt and say, okay, I hear you, ego. I hear that you're sending me fear and doubt. I acknowledge the feeling, and then really think, where is this really coming from? What is the root of the actual issue? What am I doing right now that is causing me to feel nervous or anxious or afraid? What can I do to maybe turn that feeling around? Acknowledge that you're afraid of whatever the situation is, and then, I'm safe, I'm okay, I'm protected, I'm cared for. Whatever the situation might be that's causing you problems, put a positive spin on that. So turn it around and, find a positive affirmation that you can tell yourself to kind of reverse whatever it is the fear is based in. It sounds a little cheesy sometimes, but it really works. Once you start doing it and you notice that, hey, this stuff really works, I think you're more apt to just keep going with it. Find a positive affirmation that is basically the complete opposite of whatever the fear is rooted in. So if it's insecurity, right? You're afraid of looking silly. Well, how about nobody's really looking at me? I mean, let's be honest. That ego wants us to think like, oh my God, everybody's staring at me. When in reality, probably nobody is looking at you at all. Most people, what are they doing? Right? They're not looking at you. And if they are looking at you, who cares, right? The only opinion that matters is mine. There you go. Or the people that really care about me love me no matter what. Whatever feels right to you and whatever feels right for the situation. And then just keep repeating it to yourself until that fear calms down or starts to lessen, and you don't have that, kind of fighting you anymore. Now the self-doubt part, this is huge for people that are trying to get into their spiritual gifts and try to maybe open it up and start sharing their gifts with other people. This was probably, and still is, the biggest hurdle for most people that are trying to get into the spiritual kind of realm and share their gifts. But whenever you put yourself out there and come out of the spiritual closet, so to speak, and say, this is me, this is the authentic me, this is the real me, I have these gifts and I want to share them. So the biggest part is going to be not doubting what it is that you're hearing, seeing, getting, whatever, however you get your messages. At first, that's really hard. I'll tell you that I struggled and still do with this. It's a lot better now and it doesn't come up quite as often, but it's definitely something that most of us struggle with. The whole, am afraid of being wrong. Am I making this up? Is what I'm going to say to this person going to make any sense? Or are they going to think I'm a complete idiot or a fake or a fraud or any of those? All that doubt just comes up and out and ugly, and your ego tries to tell you you're wrong, that's not a message from spirit, you're making that up. And when the ego brings that stuff forward, we need to acknowledge the feeling and say, okay, yeah, that could be true, but more than likely what I'm getting is true and is a message for this person, and it's not meant to make sense to me, so I'm going to say it. And I would say probably 9.5 out of 10 times I get the validation that, oh yeah, it makes complete sense. Like, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, totally. Or if I put one of these videos out that seems so out in left field, but it's on my heart and I'm feeling really moved to make it, then I get private messages from people saying, oh my God, thank you so much. That helped me so much. Like, thank you. That was for me. So I guess there's always going to be that validation coming. It might not be immediate. You might get it later. Weeks later, months later. But if you look and you ask, there's always validation to be had. And the more of that you get from people, the more feedback you get, that's going to help to ease that doubt. You'll start to let go of that. The more you let go of that, then the easier everything kind of becomes and everything comes through. It's just kind of a circle. So really starting to chip away at that doubt and get rid of it is going to be the quickest way to have your gifts open up faster and bigger and easier. The flow will definitely become easier. Basically, the theme is we need to work on positive self-talk. And when our ego brings up all that negativity and the scary and the fear and the doubt, we just need to tell the ego, nope, it's not your turn to talk. You need to be quiet. I know in my heart I'm going to follow my gut. I'm going to follow my intuition. I'm going to follow my guides' wisdom. And I know that what I'm doing is right. And I know that what I'm saying is right. And I know that it's meant for somebody. Work on that. Good luck. I'm here if you need me. Thanks for watching today, you guys. And positive self-love. Positive self-love. It's all about positive self-love. So we love ourselves in the sacred center. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.